Hello students, good morning. Welcome back to our foundation lectures in mathematics. So in our last class we are discussing about the textbook examples from your examples on quadratic equation from your textbook. So let's look at some more problems from your exercises. The question is, find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization. Students, already we have learned what is meant by factorization method. So in this lecture, let's see examples how to use this method of factorization. The first question is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. See how to apply this method of factorization. What you need to do is look at the constant term. Express the constant term C as multiples of two numbers. Let me use another. Try to express the constant C in the quadratic equation as a product of two numbers. Okay, so you could always write any given number as a product of two numbers in multiple ways. It is possible to write a given number as a product of two numbers in multiple ways. For example, look at 6. 6 you can write as 1 into 6 or 2 into 3 or minus 1 into minus 6 or minus 2 into minus 3. See, there are multiple ways of writing this. Okay, but you have to choose such a way, you have to pick such a pair of numbers which gives you the combination b is equal to l plus m. Means when you add these two, you should get the coefficient of x. Okay, so you need to choose l and m satisfying these two. Okay students, so if you could choose such numbers, then you are almost done. Then it is very easy to factorize. So now let's get back to the question. See, x square minus 3x minus 10. X square minus 3x minus 10. So first of all, let's look at the constant term, minus 10. So now tell me, minus 10, in how many ways you could write it as a product of two numbers? One is 1 into minus 10 or minus 10 into 1, and then 2 into minus 5 or minus 5 into 2. Sorry, minus 2 into 5, isn't it? So these are the only four ways. Is there any other way? No. But which of these we should pick means the condition what we should see is when you sum those two numbers, you should get the value of b, that is the coefficient of x. Here the coefficient of x is minus 3. So look at this. When you add this 1 and minus 10, you will get minus 9. Minus 10 and 1, again minus 9. 2 and, sorry, it is the same thing, right? So this is plus 10 and minus 1. So here you will get plus 9. At 2 and minus 5, here you will get minus 3. Here minus 2 and 5, here you will get 3. So 2 and minus 5 gives you the combination such that when you add them, you are getting minus 3. Okay, so what you will do is the coefficient of x, that is minus 3, you need to rewrite that minus 3 in terms of this 2 minus 5. Okay, you will rewrite like this. And this 10 you could write it as obviously as 2 into minus 10, you could write it as 2 into minus 5. Okay, now you expand this one. So when you expand, you will get minus 5x plus 2x minus 10. Now what you could do is from the first two terms, take x as common. So you will be left with x times x minus 5. And from the last two terms, take 2 as common, you will be getting x minus 5. Now from these two, you could see that x minus 5 is common, and then you will be left with x plus 2. So roots of this equation are the values for which this becomes 0, and product of two numbers becomes 0 means either one of them should be 0. So x minus 5 should be 0 or x plus 2 should be 0. X minus 5 equal to 0 means x is equal to 5. X plus 2 equal to 0 means x is equal to minus 2. So hence we have solved this example using the method of factorization. So how to identify these numbers? That is a very important concept. How do you identify means look at the values of the C and B. C you should express, okay, as a product of two numbers, okay, and then which pair of numbers you should choose means such a pair whose sum gives you the value of B, okay. This is very important for factorization method. Please remember students, in case if you are having any doubt, please let me know. So let's look at the next example. 2x square plus x minus 6. 2x square plus x minus 6. Okay. So now, here, actually I have told you that you need to write C in terms of L plus M. Okay. Express C as product of two numbers. Here A being 1. Actually you need to express A into C as product of two numbers. A into C you need to express as product of two numbers. Let's look the same over here. Here A is 2 and value of C is minus 6. So what you need to do is consider AC. You will get 2 times minus 6, that is minus 12. So what you need to do is express minus 12 as a product of two numbers. So minus 12 you could write it as product of two numbers. Let's see. We can write this as minus 1 into 12 or 1 into minus 12, or we could write minus 2 into 6 or 2 into minus 6, and then 3 into minus 3 into 4 or 3 into minus 4, isn't it? So these are the only different possibilities, because the other possibilities would be minus 4 and 3, again they are repeated. So now out of these pairs, which pair we should choose means the pair such that the sum would be equal to the value of B, that is a coefficient 1. So here the value of B is 1. So let's add these numbers, pair of numbers. So here you are getting 11, here minus 11, 6 minus 2, that is 4, 2 minus 6, that is minus 4, minus 3 plus 4, 1, 3 minus 4, minus 1. So clearly this is not possible, this is not possible, this is not allowed, this is not allowed. So you are getting only one possibility, okay. So that is minus 3 and 4. So that means write this one, the coefficient of x, as sum of these two numbers. So you could write 1 as 4 minus 3 and then expand it, multiply and expand it with x. So you will get 4x minus 3x minus 6, okay. Now your next step is from the first two terms take common. So here you could see that 2 is common and x is common. So if you will take 2x common, you will be left with x plus 2. And then from the last two terms, you could take minus 3 common and then x plus 2. Now from these two, you could see that x plus 2 is common. So you will be left with 2x minus 3. Now roots of this equation are the values for which this becomes 0. And since product of two factors 0 means either one of the factors should be 0. So equating the first factor to 0, you will get x is equal to minus 2. Equating the second factor to 0, you will be getting 3 by 2. So hence the roots of this quadratic equation are minus 2 and 3 by 2. Okay students. Next. Root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2. So here again we will be employing the same method. So first of all, here the value of a is root 2 and value of c is 5 root 2. So what you will do is consider a into c. A into c is root 2 times 5 root 2, so this is going to be 2 times 5, that is 10. Okay, so here let's make the table to identify what should be the values of, see, to factorize L, M and the sum, that is L plus M. We need to identify which sum gives the value of B. What is that? B, 7 over here. So try to express 10 as a product of two numbers. So value of L 1, then M would become 10. Okay, LM should be 10, isn't it? So if L is minus 1, then M would be minus 10. And then if L is 2, then M is going to be 5. If L is minus 2, then M is going to be minus 5. Okay, so these are the only possibilities. Now add them and see whether which of the following pair gives you the sum 7. So 10 plus 1, 11, minus 1 minus 10, minus 11, 2 plus 5, 7, minus 2 minus 5, minus 7. So answer is 7. So here you are getting for this pair of numbers. So what you need to do is, this B, the value of B 7, you will split in terms of this L and M. So you will express this 7 as 2 plus 5. So 7x would become 5x plus 2x, and then rest is taking out common from the first two terms. Here you could take x as common, so you will be left with root 2x plus 5, and then from the last two terms again take root 2 as common. Take root 2 as common, then you will be left with root 2x plus 5. Now you could identify that root 2x plus 5 is common in both these, so take that common. So you will be getting root 2x plus 5 times x plus root 2. So roots of this equation are the values for which this expression becomes 0. So the expression becomes 0 only when either of the factors becomes 0. So if you equate root 2x plus 5 to 0, you will be getting x is equal to minus 5 by root 2. Or if you equate x plus root 2 to 0, then you will be getting x is equal to minus root 2 as the factor. Okay, students. So hope this is clear. Let's look at another example. 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. Okay, so let's take 1 by 8 as a common to avoid these fractions. So once you take the LCM, then you will be getting 1 by 8 times 16x square minus 8x plus 1, or 1 by 8 times 16x. Now you need to factorize. What is the method you will employ for factorizing this? Look at the values of A, that is 16. Okay, look at this, only this part. Here A is 16 and C is 1. B is minus 8. So what is AC? AC is 16. AC is 16. So let's find the pair of numbers. L plus M should be minus 8, remember. So you need to express AC as a product of two numbers, L and M. So let's choose L as 1. So M would be 16. If you will choose L as minus 1, this would be minus 16. If you choose L as 2, then this would become 8. If it is minus 2, then minus 8. And then 4, then M would become 4. If it is minus 4, then minus 4. So these are the only possibilities. Now let's add L and M. So here you will get 17, minus 17, 10, minus 10, 8, minus 8. Here you are looking for a pair whose sum is minus 8. So all these are not possible, so you are left with only this. So choose this pair of numbers for L and M, minus 4 and minus 4. That is, you will write the coefficient B minus 8 in terms of minus 4 and minus 4. So 16x square minus 4x plus 1. Now take common. 4x you could take common, so you will be left with 4x minus 1. And here take minus 1 common, you will be again left with 4x minus 1. Now from these two take 4x minus 1 as common, so you will be left with 4x minus 1. So it is 4x minus 1 whole square. So roots of this equation are the values for which 4x minus 1 whole square is equal to 0. Students, first of all, 4x minus 1 whole square means what? 4x minus 1 into 4x minus 1. Actually, there are two factors which are repeating. So, either this could be 0 or this could be 0. So, equating both the factors to 0, you will be getting the same value, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So, here you are getting two values, but both of them are coincident. It is not a single value of x, they are coincident values. Any quadratic equation will have always two roots. Those two could be equal, as in this example we have seen. Here we are getting 1 by 4, 1 by 4, two equal values, but always you will end up with two values when you solve a quadratic equation. Be clear with this. Then 100x square minus 20x plus 1. So if you solve this again, your job is a value is 100 and then c value is 1, b value is minus 20. So ac value is 100. Now you need to choose a pair of numbers Lm such that Lm is equal to ac, that is 100. So let's make a table L, M, and we need to choose L, M such that L plus M sum would be the value of B, that is minus 20. Now L and M should be 100. So choose L and M. So if L is 1, then M is going to be 100. So this is not possible. If L is minus 1, minus 100, so this is not possible. Then if L is 2, then M is 50, not possible. If L is minus 2, minus 50, again not possible. Then if L is 4, 25, so not possible. If L is minus 4, minus 25, again not possible. Then what's next? If L is 5, if L is 5, here you will get 20. So this is again not possible. And then minus 5, you will get minus 20. So this is not possible. And then L can't be 6, L can't be 7, L can't be 8, L can't be 9, and L. Say if suppose L is 10. L is 10. M also would be 10. Okay, 10 plus 10, that is 20. So this is not possible. What if L is minus 10 and M is minus 10? So the sum is minus 20, which is minus 20. So this is possible. So the choice of L and M should be minus 10 and minus 10. Okay. So minus 20, you will write it as minus 10, minus 10. Now take common from the first two, 10x common. So you will be left with 10x minus 1. And then from the last two, take minus 1 common. You will be left with 10x minus 1. Now take 10x minus 1 common from the first and the second one. So you will be left with 10x minus 1 whole square. So roots of this equation are the values for which 10x minus 1 whole square is equal to 0. So that is again, this is a perfect square. So 10x minus 1 equal to 0 or 10x minus 1 equal to 0. So here you will get x is equal to 1 by 10 or 1 by 10. These are repeating values. Okay students, hope this model is very clear. Finding the roots by factorization. So now let's look at some more examples. Let's see how to solve the quadratic equation using this factorization method itself. See, the question is John and Jayanti together have 40 marbles. How many marbles are given? 45. Sorry. So together they are having 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles each. And both of them lost 5 marbles each, and the product of the number of marbles they now have is 124. The product of the number of marbles they now have is 124. Find out how many marbles they had to start with. Okay. Find out how many marbles they had to start with. So initially how many marbles John is having and Jeevanti is having. This is the question. Okay. So here there are two variables. The number of marbles possessed by John or the number of marbles possessed by Jeevanti. So take any one of them as the variable X to start with. Let the number of John's marbles be X. Okay, students. Now, since the number of marbles possessed by John be X, we have assumed as. So, the number of marbles Jeevanti possessed would be 45 minus X. Because in the question it is given the sum of the marbles which both possessed together are 45. So, if X marbles are possessed by John, so obviously 45 minus X is going to be the number of marbles. Isn't it? Because if John possesses 10, say if John possesses 10, then obviously Jeevanti should possess 35 because their sum should be 45. If John possesses 20, Jeevanti should possess 25. So this is nothing but 45 minus the number of marbles possessed by John. Okay. So in this example, say let assume the number of marbles possessed by John be X. So Jeevanti would have 45 minus X. Now after losing 5 marbles, what they are saying that both John and Jeevanti, they lost 5 marbles each. So then the number of John's marbles would be X minus 5. Because if 5 marbles are lost, he will be left with only X minus 5. Similarly Jeevanti, if 5 marbles are lost, initially 45 minus X. So after losing 5 marbles, he will be left with 40 minus X. So now it is given that the product of their marbles is 124. That is X minus 5 times 40 minus X is equal to 124. Okay. So this is the relation what they are given. So let's multiply and expand it. So x square minus 45x plus 324, this is what we'll get. Now we have learned how to do factorization method. So let's try to solve this using factorization method. Here A is 1 and C is 324. So AC is 324 and value of B is minus 45. So here what we need to do is choose the values of L and M such that LM is equal to AC, that is equal to 324. So let's factorize this. If L is 1, then M is going to be 324. So their combination, this is not possible. If L is 2, then you will be getting 162. So this is again not possible. And then if L is 3, you will get 108. So this is not possible because this sum is huge. If L is 4, then you will get 81. So again this is also not the right combination. If L is 6, you are getting 54. So their sum also it is 60. So this is also not the right combination. And then if L is it divisible by 8? No. If L is 9, then here you are getting 36, and you could observe that the sum of 9 and 36 is 45. But there you are getting minus 45, so it should be minus 9 and minus 36. Even minus 9 into minus 36 gives you minus 45. So these are the right pair of numbers. So what you will do is express minus 45 as minus 9 minus 36. So minus 36x minus 9x plus 324 is equal to 0. Now take x common, so you will get x. It's common, x minus 36, and here take minus 9 common, you will be left with x minus 36 factor. And now take x minus 36 as common, so you will be left with x minus 9. So equate to 0, then either of the factors should be 0. So if you equate the first factor to 0, you will get x minus 36 is 0. That is x is equal to 36, or x minus 9 is equal to 0, or x is equal to 9. So what does it mean? The number of John's marbles is 36. The number of John's marble is 36. So in this case, the number of Jeevanti's marbles would be 9. isn't it? The number of Jeevanti's marbles would be 9. Or if John's marbles is 9, then number of Jeevanti's marbles is going to be 36. Okay, students. So this is clear. Let's look at another example. A cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. The cost of production of each toy was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. The cost of production of each toy was, the statement is very, very important. The cost of production of each toy was found to be 55. See, they are saying the cost. How much is that? It is 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. Say if the number of toys are x, then 55 minus x is going to be the cost. Now, on a particular day, the total cost of production was rupees 750. The total cost of production was rupees 750. Now, find out the number of toys produced on that day. Find out the number of toys produced on that day. See, first of all, it is given here the cost of production of each toy. Okay, each toy was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced. See, if you will assume the number of toys produced to be x, okay, cost of each toy is 55 minus x. Then what is going to be the cost of x toys? This is cost of one toy. What will be cost of x toys? Cost of x toys means you need to multiply the same by x. This is on that day where x toys have been produced. Okay. So 55 minus x times x. Now they have mentioned that on that particular day the total cost of production was rupees 750. So let's look at how to do. So assume the number of toys produced on that day be x. So cost of production of each toy is 55 minus x rupees, that is given in the question. So it is given that total production of the toys is rupees 750. So total production of the toys means each toy costs 55 minus x, and since there are x toys being produced on that day, total cost is x times 55 minus x. This is given as 750. So multiply these two terms and then rewriting and expand, will rewrite in one side. So you will get x square minus 55x plus 750 is equal to 0. Now let's use the method of factorization to solve this. Here the value of a is 1, the value of c is 750, and the value of b is minus 55. So you need to choose a pair of numbers L, M, which gives AC value, that is 750, and L plus M. L plus M would be equal to B, that is minus 55. You need to choose such a pair of numbers L and M. So let's do that. So minus 55 is our target. So factorize 750. So 1 750 not possible. 2 375 again not possible. 3 250 not possible. And then 4, it can't be divided by 4. And then 5 150 again, this is not possible, this is not the right combination. And then what about 6 125 again no. And then what about 10 75 again, this is no. What about 15? After 10, is it divisible by 12? No. What about 15? 15 and 50 again, this is no. And then 15, and then what about 25? Check with 25 30s. 25 30s is, the sum would be 55, isn't it? So choose minus 25 and minus 30. So the sum would be minus 55. Okay. So the right combination is minus 25 minus 30. So express this x square minus 55 as minus 25 minus 30, and then take x common. So x is into x minus 25 minus 30 into x minus 25, and then take x minus 25 common from both these. So you will be left with x minus 30. So either x minus 25 is equal to 0 or x minus 30 is equal to 0. So the values of x are going to be either 25 or 30. So hence the number of toys will be either 25 or 30. Okay, so these are the number of toys produced on that day. Okay, to maintain the cost of production as 750 rupees. Okay, students. So with this I will wind up our today's lecture, and we will continue with the discussion with some more examples in our next lecture. Thank you, students.